PNG-Australia Police partnership making significant strides. PNG-Indonesia Business Council to be launched tomorrow. And country to anticipate wet season into May. A very good evening. This is National Emtv News. I'm Natasha Rovoy. Thank you for joining us. In an update this afternoon, the National Weather Service notes that raining is anticipated to continue into the second week of May. Reminding that PNG's wet season monsoon began late than anticipated from November to April. National Weather Service meteorologist Benjamin Malai says the rains will continue with strong winds as well.
Also during this time when the winds are changing, we will expect some very strong winds as well, especially in the southern part of Papua New Guinea. So from now, probably not beyond the second week of May. However, during this 2 weeks, as the atmosphere is trying to stabilize itself, we will still have some very heavy rains. That's right throughout Papua New Guinea.
Mr. Malai says after such, the country will experience dry season.
After the first week of May, leading to the second week of May, that's when the winds will change again to southeast, and it will remain southeast until about October, November. So then that is when Port Moresby, Gulf, Western Province, they will experience their dry periods or season.
He added that forecasters have started issuing strong wind warnings, especially for the southern region.
That's Western Province, parts of Malin and Central Province. So again, that will be mainly for the southern area, region of Papua New Guinea. When the winds change again to the southeast after next week, then we will start having strong wind right throughout Papua New Guinea. Not all the time, but we will be issuing strong winds as it permits.
In an exclusive today, Isipik Provincial Police Commander Christopher Tamari highlighted that they have yet to launch a security plan for the ongoing elections. With Isipik Province noting about 6 districts and 28 local level governments, the provincial police boss, Chief Superintendent Tamari, emphasized the importance of proper planning for security engagement. He said so far the nominations were quiet.
Nominations have been quiet. People are, all the candidates, both ward members and presidents out and about campaigning. Only an issue of presidents and presidents holding on to government vehicles which they're not entitled to and should be returned. So we're in the process of reprocessing them one by one and to be utilized during the the polling itself, which is 3 weeks.
He went on to highlight that they have been carrying out low-profile operations and are yet to launch a security plan for the ongoing elections.
We all have not actually launched our security plan because we're waiting for Electoral Commission to come up with. We're supporting them. And they need to come up with their plan so that we complement their plan and we best achieve it at the minimum cost.
Tamari further elaborated on this.
Polling schedules are not ready. Polling schedules are places of voting, how many teams, they need to sort these things out. They have to pass it on to me so that I do up my operational plan according to their schedules.
He said they have yet to receive funding for security engagement, stressing that operations carried out will have to be cost-conscious and delays will only lead to more costs. With hopes to receive at least 100 hands from 2R PIR. At this time, the PPC notes having a manpower of 150 regular police and 150 reservists to work 43,000 square kilometers of land. The Catholic Archdiocese of Madang recently witnessed an informative 4-day training program focused on grassroots justice advocacy. The initiative is aimed at fostering community resilience and making it safer.
The Justice Advocacy Program event was held at Divine Word Conference Center in Madang, which saw church pastoral workers, clergy from various denominations, faith-based organizations, village court magistrates, representatives from Beyond Correctional Services, and the Madang Provincial Gender-Based Violence Office attend. The collaborative effort, orchestrated by the Archdiocese of Madang in partnership with the Melanesian Institute and supported by the Australian government through the Australia PNG Law and Justice Partnership, sought to deepen participants' understanding of pressing community issues. The training addressed critical topics such as gender-based violence, substance abuse, and the pervasive silence surrounding sorcery accusation-related violence in the Madang province. Chairman of Gender-Based Violence Office in Madang, Martin Awek, said the advocacy was good for the province.
Local men from Madang, it was for the first time for me to see the local people from Madang participating in this particular workshop. As the chairman of Gender-Based Violence and partly serving the province is to connect with the local people in our districts and to effectively carry out what we have learned over this weekend. I'd like to say thank you to the Catholic Church for effectively carrying out these social issues within the community at large in Papua New Guinea.
Archbishop of Madang, Anton Bal, said the initiative marked a pivotal step towards fostering a safer and more compassionate community, highlighting the power of collaboration in addressing injustice and promoting healing.
What I've been interested and I wanted to have it as a focal point or issue of concern is sorcery and sorcery related because here in Madang this phenomenon is provincial issue. And it has been there sleeping, hiding for generations, and we have to address it.
Through workshop and discussions, participants explored government policies and criminal laws, while also looking into Melanesian values and church teachings that emphasize non-violence, compassion, and respect for human dignity. Pakatambua, National Emtv News.
The PNG-Australia Police Partnership is making significant strides in engagement through collaborative initiatives, as evidenced by the Investigative Skills Program currently underway, which marks another highlight of their cooperation.
PNG-HPP Commander Jamie Strauss reiterated that Pacific Police Initiative is focused on 3 pillars, and they are Regional Policing Centers of Excellence, Pacific Police Support Group, and Development Coordination Hub.
Yeah, so this is the first investigative skills program. So it's a program designed by the Pacific for the Pacific. So Pacific Police, including Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary and other Pacific nations, have designed this program specifically for Pacific officers or Pacific police forces to come and attend. It's an investigative skills program, so it's a foundational detective training program. So it'll give them the foundational skills to be detectives back in their home countries within the Pacific. It's only foundational, so it's just the skills and attributes that a detective requires. They go back to their home country to do their legislation, because legislation is different across the Pacific.
Commander Jamie Strauss is adamant that the Pacific Police can grasp the concepts and build on whatever they acquire from the course.
There's Pacific Police down there training for the Pacific Police Support Group, so that's a deployable force, so they're down there training as we speak. So there's already training in Brisbane happening with all Pacific countries. There's training in PNG happening with Pacific representatives, and there'll be 3 more centres of excellence across the Pacific. So in the next year or so, you'll see so much training across the Pacific for the Pacific. So it's a great day and a historical day.
He affirmed the training is designed to embrace collaboration, camaraderie, and strengthen security, including law enforcement.
This is a big step forward in terms of security, law enforcement, and those sort of things for the Pacific. So my biggest goal for them is camaraderie, and also making sure that what we're designing here is for them.
Benson Wema, National Emtv News.
The Secretary for Works and Highways, Gibson Holemba, emphasized that the country needs a proper sustainable maintenance program for every sector to sustain the investment of government.
The Secretary said Papua New Guinea stands at a critical juncture as it enters the next 50 years of nation building. The demand for resilient climate, smart and inclusive infrastructure has never been greater.
Our people need roads, bridges, transport corridors, buildings, and utilities that are only functional but sustainable. That is the biggest need at the moment. We are good at building and neglect and build. We are not good at building and looking after what we already built. That is the biggest challenge I face as the new secretary for the department.
He said the current capacity in technical fields at postgraduate and graduate level is not sufficient to match the scale and competency under the Connect PNG Economic Road Development Program and National Road Maintenance Programs.
Now with the government's vision in Emtv 4 to now develop the railway network in this country, I don't have engineers that were trained for railway in Department of Works. So that's a big challenge. Government has went ahead with a policy as an objective for us to reach. But my challenge is to write that policy. I don't have engineers that were trained for railway engineering in this department to write that policy. That means that I have to now go and hire an expert outside of PNG. And we've started to reaching out in Japan.
Secretary Holemba noted that the challenges are hiring calibration spray truck from Australia and lack of building and bridge inspection skills in the country. He added that most of the written policies are based on views and are not research-based. He said the signing of the recent MOA between University of Technology and the Department on Executive Master of Business will address these challenges and bridge the gap between the industry and academia.
We are reskilling our workforce in pavement design, road asset management, transport economics, our structural analysis, our project governance, and the engineering leadership. We want to see these things improve in a way we run business in the department. And so the department's strategic vision is not just to build infrastructure, but to build institutions.
Malinta Yopolo, National Emtv News.
Meanwhile, Secretary Holemba clarified that the Department of Works and Highways are not in charge of roads in the nation's capital. He said these functions have been relinquished to the National Capital District.
Secretary Holemba said vehicles in the city are increasing while the roads remain the same.
And that is a future issues that we are facing. And they blame me for these issues in the city roads. I'm not in charge of city roads. This is a municipal authority. They operate under a Commission Act. And we have relinquished that function to NCDC to manage. They are collecting tax to fix and maintain the city roads. It is not part of Connect PNG.
He further clarified the purpose of roundabouts.
I have been telling our governor and even our city manager that the roundabouts are designed for low volume traffic in a rural road, not for urban roads. Urban roads you have to run a signalized traffic, no more roundabouts. Roundabouts are designed to slow down traffic, to calm the traffic. It's not to direct the traffic.
However, Holemba said the issue is there is need for solutions.
You engineers that are in this room and those who are listening from wherever you are, is that we got to provide solutions. We can't just see and say it's a NCDC problem. What is the solution that we can provide?
Malinta Yopolo, National Emtv News.
National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab saja ya? Yum.
This stuff right.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
stir fry for you and chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
To our strong, resilient, and amazing mothers across the country and the world, Happy Mother's Day! Mothers are a blessing to us all. They create, they nurture, they bring love, warmth, and beauty into our lives. A mother's prayers and good wishes are always there with her loved ones. A mother's work never ends as she works to sustain a happy home. She cooks, cleans, and works in different fields. With her own hands and unique perspective, she does these things to inspire greater dreams. Her love, care, and sacrifices do not go unnoticed. Mother, you will always hold a special place in our hearts. So to all our precious mothers everywhere, we say thank you and Happy Mother's Day.
You're watching National Emtv News. The Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, said PNG-Indonesia Business Council Incorporate to be launched tomorrow.
The PNG-Indonesia Business Council will be launched by the Prime Minister, James Marape, at the National Parliament State Function Room in Port Moresby. Minister Maru said PNG and Indonesia are close neighbors connected by land border but have not developed a trade and investment relationship between the two countries through any structured formal relationship. Maru said for the last 49 years, the focus has been on border and security talks annually. It is time PNG develops a strong, deep and robust relationship with Indonesia in realizing the potential of both countries in trade and investment. The launching of PNG-Indonesia Business Council is the start of the shift in focus to the commercial dimension of the relationship with Indonesia. Minister Maru said the main role of the council is to liaise with the Indonesian private sector to drive the agenda of trade and investment between the two countries. Looking forward, Maru said they are hoping to secure the first 1.5 billion kina Indonesian investment in the country in the coming weeks. Lauren Jimal, National Emtv News.
The Lufa District Development Authority presented 500,000 kina school fee assistance to the Lufa students attending the University of Goroka.
The school fee assistance comes in line with the district's support since 2023. Two separate payments of school fee assistance were presented to the students yesterday at the UOG campus. The two payments include 42,000 kina for the Institute of Distance and Flexible Learning and 458,000 kina for main campus Lufa students.
Until you become our financial strength through your terms, we say thank you from the bottom of our heart, which you wipe away the sweat of our hardworking parents back in the village.
Member for Lufa Simon Kilepa encouraged the students to take ownership of their education in the different fields of study to contribute back to the development of the district and the country. MP Kilepa said human resource development is one of the priority sectors of his district and the DDA will continue to support. Lufa District Chief Executive Officer Demo Imara urged the students to be good role models and exercise transparency and accountability in their conduct as students and young elites of the district.
We see education as a tool of change in the community.
A total of 42 Lufa students from UOG Institute of Distance and Flexible Learning received 1,000 kina each, while a total of 229 Lufa students at the University of Goroka received 2,000 kina each from the assistants.
Transfer any excess money you want to withdraw, you put it in black and white, attention to me, I'll discuss with the DDA and then we can take the appropriate action. But to withdraw the Lufa DDA component, it's not going to be, it's not going to be allowed.
Lauren Jimal, National Emtv News.
Member for Sumcar and Vice Minister for Petroleum, Alex Suguman Orme, made the official handover of a new police vehicle to the Dailub Police Station over the weekend in Madang Province.
MP Ome, who made a special inspection to the police unit, outlined the government's commitment to ensuring security and public order is contained.
I'm by Andim Gani Kamlong, Dailub Police Station.
He expressed that effective policing relies on logistical support, and this new vehicle will allow officers to respond more swiftly to incidents, patrol border areas, and ensure safer environment for communities in the Sum Gilba LLZ. He highlighted that mobility constraints is a challenge for remote areas. Ome further encouraged the police officers to take full responsibility in looking after the vehicle as it cost more than 200,000 kina. Meanwhile, Senior Inspector and Madang Rural Commander Peter Gorek called on all police personnel to adhere to the code of conduct. Commander Gorek concluded by reflecting on the ongoing commitment of police force and government officials to enhance law enforcement services and promote safety within the Sumcar district. Benson Wema, National Emtv News.
The Jimmy District Development Authority presented 5 new ambulances to the Jimmy Provincial Hospital to support the health sector operations in the district.
The ambulances purchased at the cost of 2 million kina were presented by the member for Jimmy and Civil Aviation Minister Wake Goy yesterday.
We don't buy money belong for politics and money belong Jimmy. Only give him money, give him back to Jimmy. So you like drive? Come look him online. Beside this have a collective application. Come put him in now. Only process him now. All talk you drive one bell.
Mr. Goy urged the hospital management to look after the ambulances and not to misuse them.
Now you make him walk straight. Also, so Tabi ambulance, being given CEO now.
Goy also highlighted the importance of health services, the collective efforts and intervention needed to meet the demand with positive outcomes. Jiwaka Provincial Health Authority Chief Executive Officer Thaddeus Turi commended MP Goy for his leadership.
Jimmy, have you setting one legacy now where you can carry 5 carry come long 1 time or 7 now and blow me in full all get so you need to thank you by the big land again.
Mr. Turi said the ambulances will greatly assist the hospital operations.
Going to improve our services, transport of medical supplies, patient referrals. Officers will be using this vehicle to run their programs, so it's a big boost to Jiwaka Provincial Health Authority.
The ambulances are now under the custody of Jiwaka Provincial Health Authority and Jimmy District Development Authority. Lorraine Jimal, National Emtv News.
The streets of Leh City are noticeably clean beginning this week following a cleanathon hosted by the Leh City Authority recently.
The public in Leh are seen positively responding to a general city-wide cleanathon that was carried out over the weekend by the Leh City Authority, including Leh MP and Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso. Talking to the youths contracted by the Leh City Authority today, public response is evident with people being more cautious of the disposal of rubbish.
Sun night one day, clean up the night clothes, sun too, people stop it. People cleaning, I think my son 2 years no bad people stop. People only talk something on so no throw me rubbish, spaghetti boy nadin lily clothes. Sani throw me plastic nadin people say to stop it. No now no sense. Place sense. People say awareness, no one throw me rubbish go down. You say man you throw me rubbish go down, I'm not carrying go station na.
This recent improvement is further encouraging citizens to be more mindful of their actions and of its impacts.
Oh, and place look very nice. All drainage all right. The flower beds all clean up, I'm all right. There's no stain around. It's sort of very challenging to everyone because 1 plus something me say talking here. The educated they don't live like educated. They live like the foolish on the street. So everyone is supposed to be place this place is to be kept clean. Bami plus petting good while or right place, trome all people or right place.
According to Leh MP Rosso, the Leh City spends more than 6 million kina annually to keep the city clean. This is a significant amount of money that can be redirected to other areas like the current youth empowerment programs that is engaging unemployed youths and keeping them off the streets. Nicole Rama, National Emtv News.
Investment Promotion Authority, or IPA, collaborated with the World Intellectual Property Office to celebrate World Intellectual Property Day. The theme for this year was about celebrating and supporting the rights of Papua New Guinea musicians and the music industry.
The event hosted at the Stanley Hotel in Port Moresby today saw representatives from IPA, the National Cultural Commission, and various musicians from Papua New Guinea attend. Registrar of Intellectual Property Office, Amelia Nauru, told MTV News that IPA aims to work with local musicians to protect their work, especially against piracy.
I think what we are now discussing is how can Papua New Guineans themselves musicians collaborate and create a platform where they're able to harness those intellectual property rights and be able to manage those rights so they can grow in their music. And in its current Copyright and Neighbourance Act 2000 to include provisions of collective management organizations that will assume the role of organizing or moving together musicians and managing their intellectual property rights.
Popular musicians such as Nathan Nakikus and Alan Kedea, known as AK-47, shared their experiences with other musicians and how they have registered on various platforms overseas for copyright purposes. The local musicians are hoping that such discussions can lead to potentially creating platforms within PNG by local authorities such as IPA and National Information and Communication Technology Authority, or NICTA.
And also, how can we protect rights play me and 1M. So it's a good educational event for our artists.
We have to establish something for ourselves here to help not just musicians. You got in the creative space. You got all content creator stuff. You got all dancers. You got all fashion designers and stuff like that. So it's about time. Like
this, like issue law, digital protection challenge. For any digital platforms, number
there's always a crack somewhere.
The event ended with some live performances from local artists who attended. Pakatambua, National Emtv News.
And now we take a look at the NASFAN market report. The kina closed lower at $0.2449 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2374, $0.3646 Australian dollars, 0.2020 euro, and 33.75 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed lower, copper closed unchanged, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed unchanged. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
PNG, do you think you have what it takes to be the next star of MTV's Vocal Fusion?
And I told you when I'm gone, baby.
Well, it's back again, and we're on the hunt for PNG's next biggest singing sensation. We're back with Vocal Fusion Season 12, and we can't wait to meet you. From the highlands to the islands, we're calling out to you. Meet us this May in Port Moresby for the auditions. It's Vocal Fusion Season 12.
You're watching National Emtv News. Western Highlands Provincial Health Authority, in collaboration with City Pharmacy Limited, have celebrated World Malaria Day and Immunization Week in Mount Hagen recently.
The two combined events were successfully conducted
To promote health education and awareness while integrating various public health to the general public, the static health promotion team was stationed at the island's bus stop, while the other two teams conducted advocacy awareness activities in the city and Kagamuga Airport. The awareness activity includes malaria prevention, ways to eliminate mosquito breeding site, wellness check, cervical cancer screening awareness and promotion, and HIV/AIDS counseling. Health Promotion Officer Ms. Elizabeth Pundu urged the public to get tested for malaria, assuring that those who tested positive must receive treatment. Ms. Pundu stressed the importance of immunizing children under 5 to ensuring they grow healthy and productive citizens. She said the awareness attracted significant public attention when numerous attendees sought tests for malaria, TB, sexually transmitted disease, and other lifestyle disease. Among them, 3 girls aged 9 to 14 received HPV vaccination. Meanwhile, City Pharmacy Limited has donated 100 mosquito coils and 10 Mortin sprays to the general public. Western Islands Provincial Health Authority Acting Chief Executive Officer Jane Alden thanked City Pharmacy Limited for their continuous support to health initiative over the years. Edward Luke, National Emtv News, Mount Hagen.
Two Witnesses Television Network, or 2WTN, was launched recently by Prime Minister James Marape at the Johns Foundation Adventist Church at 17 Mile outside Port Moresby.
The Two Witnesses Television Network is a new Seventh-day Adventist television station. Prime Minister James Marape, in his keynote address, said the new television network would be supported by the National Broadcasting Corporation, adding that he looks forward to the full maturity of the network. He urged the Adventist Church to carry out such evangelical work, including the dissemination of Christian messages to address many of the country's social issues. The launching coincided with the 10th anniversary of the establishment of the Johns Foundation, a ministry of the 17 Mile Adventist Church. The occasion was witnessed by more than 200 faithfuls of the Seventh-day Adventist Church from the area and around the country. Also present was the Minister for Community Development, Women, Youth and Religion, Jason Peter, Member for Kopiam Ambum and Trustee of Johns Foundation, John Pundari, and Managing Director of National Broadcasting Corporation, Cora No. Malinta Yopolo, National Emtv News.
Farmset Limited in Mount Hagen branch has relaunched its shop into a fully pledged supermarket for the general public today at Mount Hagen, Western Highlands Province.
Wow, we're open.
Today's relaunch marks a significant expansion for Farmset Limited, transforming their previous shop into a fully complete supermarket aimed at better serving the Upper Islands regions. During the launching, Farmset Limited General Manager Mr. Warren Oda highlighted that Farmset proudly stands as a beginner of PNG entrepreneurship since in 1969.
Farmset proudly stands as a beacon of Papua New Guinean entrepreneurship with over 50 years of legacy and service. Founded in 1969, through the formation of the Farmers and Settlers Cooperative in the Highlands and incorporated in 1977, Farmset has grown steadily into the nation's leading agricultural supplier. 9 branches across Papua New Guinea and a presence in Honiara, the Solomon Islands.
Mr. Oda further expressed that the supermarket provides a full spectrum of agriculture essentials, including fertilizers, stock feeds, garden tools, and large agriculture machineries. Farmset Limited Chairman Norman Keva further elaborated that Farmset has many strategies at the moment to support their shops across the country.
We have many strategies going on at the moment. We've newly created a factory in Lae, new as in 2018. So this is to support, dedicated support for our stores. And you can see stock feed in the back there. We have nutritionists brought in from the Philippines, and they're really targeting high quality feed And this is one of the other core things we found, that we don't want to sell rubbish. We want to give the quality product.
Meanwhile, provincial member Y Rapa thanked Farmset Limited and expressed that such supermarket adds more value in business development to the province. Rapa expressed his gratitude to all business houses in Western Islands for their support in any means to keep the city safe for the general public. Edward Luke, National Emtv News, Mount Hagen.
The European Union-funded Strait program in Papua New Guinea has officially commenced renovation and expansion works on the ECPIC Provincial Division of Agriculture and Livestock Training and Office Complex in Wewak.
This program represents the European Union's first Global Gateway flagship initiative in PNG, aiming to boost sustainable rural development. The groundbreaking ceremony was attended by national and local stakeholders, underscoring the partnership's collective dedication to sustainable agriculture development. Renovation begins in Wewak's Agricultural Training and Extension Service Complex, enhancing a facility crucial for farmer support as part of the wider EU Strait PNG program. Scheduled for completion in October 2025, the upgrade facility will include a fully equipped training hall for 80 participants, advanced audiovisual and IT equipment, dedicated meeting rooms, enhanced office spaces, and a front desk to efficiently serve agripreneurs, farmers, and stakeholders. Focusing on the community benefits, United Nations Resident Coordinator Richard Howard remarked that they are fortunate that the EU Strait PNG program intervened at the right time, coinciding with a rise in cocoa global market prices, significantly boosting income in CPIC. He added that this training center is vital for expanding future gains by training farmers and community members. Nicole Rama, National Emtv News.
And now moving to overseas news. Foreign Minister Penny Wong says the Liberal Party no longer reflects Middle Australia after the coalition loss in the election.
I think if you look at the metropolitan electorates around the country, overwhelmingly, Australians who live in cities and suburbs looked at the Liberal Party and said, you don't represent my aspirations, you don't reflect the things I'm worried about, you don't reflect where I want to go. And that is the clear message from the election. I was out expressing the same thing I've been saying for a long time, which is that the Liberal Party's approach to a whole range of issues are of concern to the Australian Chinese community. I mean, I thought Jane Hume asserting that Labor volunteers, Chinese volunteers, were spies was an extraordinary thing to say. And it continued a pattern of comments and behaviour by the Liberal Party that Chinese Australians were rightly concerned by. And we did see in many seats, in Bennelong, in Chisholm, in Menzies, in Reid, and beyond, Chinese Australians being really clear about their views about the Liberal Party. And I'm really looking forward to not only doing good things this term, but working in a government that has a capacity to be a really long-term Labor government and to change this country for the better.
National Emtv News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab saja ya? Yeah.
This different.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us. Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hatok Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, Emtv.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. The pasta, the white sauce. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local market. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, Emtv.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Papua New Guinea's under-16 men's football team has bagged another impressive win in the Oceania Football Confederation Championship qualifiers, this time crushing American Samoa with a stunning performance from one rising star in Nuku'alofa.
After their first win over Tonga, PNG recorded their second win in the OFC Under-16 Men's Championship 2025 qualifying, overpowering American Samoa in the dominant fashion. Forward Boas Tommy was the standout, netting 5 goals to lead PNG to victory. The team showcased strong coordination, tactical discipline and persistent attacking play throughout the match. This team solidifies PNG's standing in the tournament and boosts their chances of qualifying. Coach and team officials praised the boys for their hard work and commitment to excellence on the field. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Papua New Guinea's Hekari Women's FC has stormed into the OFC Women's Champions League with an emphatic performance, thrashing American Samoa's Pansa 12-0 in their opening Group B clash.
Hekari Women's FC delivered a stunning opening statement in Tahiti, dismantling Pansa FC 12-0. Captain Mari Kaipu led with 5 goals while Romana Padio grabbed a hat-trick. Maneo Michaelin Butubu, Adilitia Bakani Seva and Neni Elias also found the net. Despite a spirited effort from Pansa goalkeeper Roxana Fomai, Hekari's persistent attack proved overwhelming. Coach Erickson Komeng rotated the squad ahead of Testa's clash with Auckland United, signaling Hekari's serious intent to claim the regional crown. Joel Mipari, Chukai Sports.
Chukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports.
Share the love with Gala Ice Cream, Gala Cone Ice Creams, Gala Stick Ice Creams, and Gala Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gala range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gala Ice Creams. Gala Gala Yum.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. Like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too. Like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me. Which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Secure your advertising today with Emtv. Vocal Fusion Season 12. Book now. Contact our sales team on 312-9200 or email mtvsales@mtv.com.pg.
To our strong, resilient, and amazing mothers across the country and the world, Happy Mother's Day. Mothers are a blessing to us all. They create, they nurture, they bring love, warmth, and beauty into our lives. A mother's prayers and good wishes are always there with her loved ones. A mother's work never ends as she works to sustain a happy home. She cooks, cleans, and works in different fields. With her own hands and unique perspective, she does these things to inspire greater dreams. Her love, care, and sacrifices do not go unnoticed. Mother, you will always hold a special place in our hearts. So to all our precious mothers everywhere, we say thank you and Happy Mother's Day.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henel, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. The 2025 Isuzu Men's T20 Smash kicks off this Friday at Amini Park. Cricket PNG has officially released the full schedule for this exciting tournament.
Cricket PNG has confirmed the match schedule for the 2025 Isuzu Men's T20 Smash beginning Friday 9th May. 4 teams, Black Bays, Kasawaris, Mariners and Madmen will battle it out at Amini Park. Round 1 matches run from May 9 to 11 with the rest day on Monday. Round 2 resumes on Tuesday, May 13th and continues until Thursday. The finals, including the third place playoff and championship match, are scheduled for Saturday, 17th May. Team confirmations are expected on Wednesday. Fans can expect thrilling actions across 2 daily matches at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Papua New Guinea's athletes wrapped up a successful campaign at the Philippine Open Championships in New Clark City, securing medals and personal bests in a tough, high-level competition.
PNG's 13-member team impressed at the Philippine Open in Italic, winning 1 gold and 5 bronze medals. Over 1,000 athletes competed across 4 days, including 8 international teams. Daniel Baul claimed gold in the 400-meter hurdles, clocking 52.91 seconds. Benjamin Aliel and bronze in the 400-meter. Patricia Kuku secured 2 bronzes in the 200-meter and 400-meter sprints, both personal best. Ray Kumalaheru also grabbed bronze in the 3,000-meter steeplechase. Athletics PNG President Tony Green praised the high competition level, which pushed athletes to achieve personal best performances. Joel Mipari, Chukai Sports.
And that ends Chukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports. Chukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Join me on Kids Corner for story time, simple and creative arts and crafts, career corner, nature time, field trips, and not forgetting our cartoons and children entertainment shows. Join me every weekdays from 3:30 to 5:30 for Kids Corner on your number one to watch, Emtv.
Join me every Thursday night as Sportscene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes on Auckland. Now an NRL team based here.
We create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name is Gemma Schnabel and you're watching
all the younger ones should follow.
Sportscene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, Emtv.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may only man to walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With Money Plus, we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And now looking at the Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City, cloudy periods with rain and possible thunderstorms and potential for flooding. And Popondetta, cloudy with rain and thunderstorms with the potential for flooding.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Moniplus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Tuesday, the 6th of May, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
Coming up next. At 7 p.m., Auseno. 7:30 p.m., Al Fishing with Mates. 8 p.m., Talk Piscina.